Bro, was
Craig?
that Optimus?
That's Craig. Oh, that's Craig.
Why you sound like Optimus?
Anywho, shut the fuck up and let me do
That
my
does not sound like Peter Cullen, dude.
Shush, let me do my intro. Hey guys, it's Red Hood Prime TF here, and we're here with another Piss Crystal podcast. I have a new person joining us for today. This is Kenna. Hi, Kenna.
Hi.
Yes, would you like to say anything? Like plug something, whatever?
No.
Yeah, that's enough out of you. Anyway, so, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, was that it? Or...
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, good for you. Sheesh. Anyway, then we got Void Esper. Say hi. Anyway, and then we have this guy, Tayden. Say hi. God damn it. All right. So yes, today's subject is gonna be Star Wars.
Slavery.
Bro, you are not Martin Cabello.
Just say shit, man.
I was gonna say this shit before you fucking interrupt me, you spoon. Anyway.
Sorry, dude. I had to do it for the views and the likes. So
Who
we can
called him a
get
spoon?
I call him a fucking spoon. He's a goddamn spoon.
racist,
okay,
bro.
I'm gonna try.
He's actually a fork? Thank you.
Okay, whatever. But
Wouldn't a spork be a transgender utensil?
I don't think this is about Star
can
Wars.
I give the fucking intro?
Oh my god.
This- Anyway, hey guys, Piss Crystal Podcast. We're gonna have the working topic today is gonna be Star Wars, okay? And
I think
yeah.
I think we got that after someone in this call already said that.
I'm going to punch you and fucking leave you to die.
So talking about Star Wars. So, in you guys' personal opinion, what do you think is the best alien race in Star Wars?
Twi'leks. They're hot.
What?
They're hot.
Okay.
Red, talk about something that doesn't have to do with sex, man.
Honestly, bro.
I've been talking about this shit for an
whichever
hour.
one Hera is, because
Yeah.
unequivocally
Yeah.
unequivocally bad. Or Jabba
Oh,
the
yeah.
Hutt race, also bad.
Okay, you lost me.
Okay, no, hear me out.
Okay. You heard?
I agree with Tayden. Personality.
No. No. Denied.
Don't you like toes?
I do like toes, but that's different from a fucking slug person. But anyway. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Star Wars today, and I'll
Holy
Really?
shit. That is the third time.
trying to lead into some...
I asked you a question. I said, "What's your favorite Star Wars alien race?" And you
Shut
were like,
up!
"The ones with the bad bitches." And then you would have been like,
Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Star Wars, and
for the fourth time.
I'm leading into something.
I think we're going to be talking about Star Wars.
Gee, I wonder what we're going to be talking about.
Star Trek.
Let me finish my intro.
War stores.
So we're gonna be Star
War?
Wars today, and
For the fifth time.
I will fucking punch you in the liver.
Hey, just say the goddamn thing.
Too late. Already stole his liver. Already in my stomach.
Okay. So we're gonna be talking about Star Wars today, and yeah. I thought that today I would be less negative because last podcast I was quite negative, and
Red.
I will punch you
Nigga,
if you
who
keep.
cares?
I will fucking.
Bro, I'm just adding some advice, man. Nigga, who cares if you're negative, bro? It's Star Wars.
Bro, I'm trying to make a point. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about Star Wars today, and Yeah, point is, I'm gonna try to be less. I mean, we're gonna try to be less fucking negative for this fucking podcast because last one we kind of popped off. But yeah. So first off, I'd like to ask you peeps, how would you say you are when it comes to the Star Wars fandom? Like, do you consider yourself to be in it, or are you like mild with it? Yeah.
Nigga, I hate these niggas.
Real.
Right.
Like, I like Star Wars a lot, but like there are so many dick writers of the comics and they want everything to be like
Right.
you know? Just let the fucking franchise go. It's a good franchise. Everyone likes it. Whatever. Well, not everyone. You get it.
Stop fucking jerking off.
I'm trying to get around my bed.
Oh, that is not, bro. That is not.
Or you're supposed to be like, eh.
I can't do that.
So, Motolillo.
Aha, era
Well, anyways.
Shark.
Köttbullar med
Yeah. My mother came in.
We know.
You can tell.
All right. So I'm getting a lot of like mixture in here. Okay. Yeah, makes sense with these hooligans that I'm with.
Don't call me that ever again.
I'm not a hooligan.
You are a hooligan.
Well, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you something, Red. Do you want me to be in the podcast, or do you want me to leave?
I want you to leave.
Yeah,
I don't
Red.
like your kind.
Whoa.
Oh, you're racist. Man.
Whoa.
That's not a racial thing, okay?
No, you're racist. I'm finna get your channel canceled, bro. It's over for you.
It's not.
Say goodbye to your career.
It's not a racial thing. It's nothing to do with your race. It has everything to do with your fucking yee ass fucking haircut.
Can we just talk about Star Wars, man?
And okay, fine. Whatever.
6 times, by the way.
Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna be talking about Star
7,
Wars.
actually.
Oh my
8
god.
Oh my good golly gracious.
Ah!
Fine. Since this guy wants to be a little child, I will be the one asking the questions.
Let's go.
So, what's your guys' favorite lightsaber?
Orange.
Purple.
Oh, not color. I mean, like lightsaber design.
Oh. Oh, fuck you.
Man. Okay, I feel like we should go like in a specific.
Stop stuttering.
Shut up. We're gonna go in We're gonna go in a specific order. So Kenna, me, Tatum.
Why do I go first?
Just do it.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I really like the handle on Maul's.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but right. It's me. No, I forgot.
And like the curved ones. Sorry.
So, like Dooku.
Yeah. Doo-doo.
Right, just answer the question, man.
I just remembered his name in Portuguese. But
Goblin asked that.
Anyway.
Do not bring the goblin thing
You're
back.
jacking it up.
Do not enable him.
No, this dude has made me forget the question. What was the question?
Anyways, okay, Tani, what's your favorite
Okay,
lightsaber design?
Honestly, bro, I better have a hot take. Crossguard.
Crossguard, okay. That's
Sounds interesting.
Is there a reason?
Shit, nigga, it looks cool.
I'll give you that, yeah. Alright. For me, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with Darth Malgus. This is whatever. I'll have to go with his lightsaber design. Now, if you guys don't know how it looks like, you can just look it up. But
I know how it looks, brother.
I want to change my answer. Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber. I don't even know how to describe it, but that one.
Yeah, that's my favorite lightsaber design.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a really.
I also like the crossguard one too.
Mhm. But yeah, so I really like Darth Malgus's because I mean, first off, I really like how the hilt it has like these bladed tips. It's really fucking cool. Like it looks intimidating. It looks cool. It's very imposing looking. It like goes with his whole aesthetic. I really like his lightsaber design. Yeah,
Real.
very real.
My stomach, Aaron.
It doesn't.
Shut the fuck up.
Are you gonna ask the question, right, or are you gonna sit there and be a goober?
I thought you were asking the questions now.
Bro, this is your podcast.
Oh my god! Okay, anyway. Sorry. For anyone watching this and thinks we don't like each other, we do. This is just how we act.
You need to clear that up.
No, I fucking hate all
You
of
need to
you.
clear that up.
Bro, some people are fucking mentally like.
You could have left it up to you could have left it to interpretive discussion for people to wonder, do they like each other or do they hate each other?
Okay, fine. We hate each other.
No, it's supposed to be open interpretive.
God damn it. Okay, fine. You guys can interpret if we like each other or not.
Oh my
Interpret
god.
these nuts.
Anyway. Alright, now, I asked this question before, but I think I'll... We're going to be talking about Star Wars today. So...
Oh my god.
So I asked this question before, and I'm thinking I'm going to ask it again just for the podcast, which is... Now, it doesn't matter how obscure it is. It doesn't matter if, like, no one knows it. Even if it's, like, just a basic bitch answer, I don't give a shit. Just, like, give whatever the fuck you know. Personal favorite Mandalorian armor.
I don't know.
Either Django's or Din's from the first season before he gets the Beskar.
That's valid as fuck, yeah. What were you, Kenneth?
I'm really pondering this one,
Yeah.
actually. I already said the armor last time, but like I'm reconsidering because I just remembered what Django's looked like. But at the same time, like, I'm a total like whore for like basic designs, but like basic, but they make it cool. Nah, I don't know why I'm reconsidering. Still the armor.
Nice. Esper?
I don't know.
Man, you always do this, bro. You always, like, fucking don't commit.
Fine, you want me to say an answer? I'm gonna say something I don't even believe in. Django.
Alright, let's go. Let's go. He's valid. Anyway, man, for me, honestly, it is between either Bo, and I swear everyone's gonna be like, it's because she's hot. Man, fuck you, I just like her armor. Fuck you. But anyway,
her armor's pretty and blue.
Yeah, I really like her armor, but I'd say it's also a tie between my boy Gar Saxon, particularly his Darth Maul loyalist armor, where he has the horn. That one is really fucking cool. Like, it looks nice. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's intimidating. I like the yellow razor. That is definitely like a cool departure from the typical Mandalorian type shit. It's really cool. What are you doing? Man, Esper, what were you doing?
If you don't keep talking, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Bro, I'm gonna lose I'm gonna lose my mind if.
Yeah, just keep talking, bro.
Are you fucking? Bro, what was happening?
Dude, just keep talking.
No, what was happening? I'm curious.
Oh my god,
my goodness. Right, we're gonna be at a standstill.
Yeah, I guess we are. Tell me what the fuck was happening.
This is your podcast, bro.
Exactly. So tell me what was happening.
This gonna be the part they skip.
Yeah. It is. So
Call me coming.
Shut up, Kenna. But tell me what was happening,
bro.
Fine, you want to be
I'm about to cancel this dude's entire channel.
Yeah. try it. I'll fucking humongous you. Stop stuttering. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about Star Wars, and I just want to bring up one,
6-inch
Thank you.
figure.
but I'm not gonna say thank you. Anyway, I just want to bring up one thing, which is, okay, so what are we thinking about current Star Wars right now? Not the sequels. I'm just talking about like right now, like as in like the past couple months, all the shit that's been going on.
It's honestly just been a shoulder shrug.
Yeah.
Stop making so
Oh yeah,
much shit.
definitely. Because I mean, we have like, so Mando season 3 came out this year. Now Ahsoka's coming out this year. I think Star Wars Vision season 2 even came out this year. Fucking, and then we have, I think, The Acolytes coming out this year.
Dang, I just realized Boba Fett came out a year ago.
Yeah, it did. Like, and then now this one isn't even like a bad thing, but fucking Jedi Survivor came out this year, which that one isn't even an issue. That one's fucking peak. I haven't fucking played it because I don't got a PS5, but still, that shit looks great. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of shit coming out, and then particularly there's a whole thing of like a lot of these shows, and I don't know if you guys will agree, but a lot of these shows, they're just, it feels like the actual story is an afterthought, and a lot of it is just like, oh, let's set up this series, which is then gonna set up another.
Yeah,
It doesn't even feel like that. It feels more like with the Boba Fett show. It felt like more they were. It felt like they were just trying to do something with Boba, because look, as much as I like Boba, the thing with him really in the original was that he just didn't really do much. He was just like the really cool guy, you know.
Yeah.
Like you like him, but like there's not like a whole lot to say about him. So it's like they were trying to, I don't know, make him deeper than he was, but you know that failed because respect.
Right. Absolutely. I will rule with respect. Yeah, absolutely. And it also doesn't help that
Soy.
shut up. But it also doesn't help that they genuinely felt like there was just no respect for the character. Because I mean, you have Tamara Morrison, who is just a really good actor, like genuinely really good actor, cares about Star Wars, cares about Jango and Boba Fett. And he was, to be fair, he was also personally fucking like taught about Boba and about Jango by George Lucas himself. So, and I realize that, like, oh, not everything George Lucas does is like fucking great. But I mean, there's some merit to this. Sorry, I'm eating. But
We know.
there has to be some value in like, oh shit, he got like his view of this character from the original creator. I think there's some fucking value in that. And them just like ignoring Tamara Morrison when he's telling them, oh, could you give like this piece of dialogue to Minhwa Wen? Or I just massacred her fucking name. But fucking Fennec. Yeah, like just give my line to her instead.
I remember Fennec.
Yeah, but like Boba Fett should not be talking this much, and like they're just ignoring him. They're like, "Oh, take off your helmet," even though he's like, "Nah, I'd rather keep my helmet on because that's what Boba Fett usually did." They kept disrespecting him, and here's the thing: I don't even think that's the issue with Jon Favreau, because I really like Jon Favreau, and it just, I don't know. Like, I genuinely feel like that was a studio thing, because from the way that Jon Favreau acts, I don't feel like he was the one. He was like inflicting all this bullshit upon Tamara. Not like he might be, but I don't think it was him, because I really like Jon Favreau, and I think he's a great fucking storyteller. It's just a fucking shame that That's how it went down. So
yeah, it's one of those things where like, because Boba was an antagonist before, and it's one of those things where like they try to like notice how like a lot of like movies do this now, where like if they have like an established bad guy, whenever they make like a movie or a show about them, they want to try to like make them look good. And the only time I think it's like been understandable was with Venom, because Venom's an anti-hero in the comics. Like, yeah, he has the villain moments, but it's like the more popular depictions of him that comic fans like is whenever he's an anti-hero. So like, it's fine if you do that, but like with characters like Boba or like even Morbius, like I know Morbius was an anti-hero, but nobody fucking knows Morbius, so but it's like you try to do that thing where you try to redeem them or try to make them look good, and it's like, dude, nobody wants this. We want, like, honestly, the Boba Fett show didn't even have to be like super deep and complex. It could have just been like an action series, honestly, because it's Boba.
absolutely. And it's also like inconsistent with what we saw in Mando season 2. Because in that, he's literally like the literal depiction that everyone imagines of Boba Fett, just a ruthless, fucking great fighter. He's like, his reputation is like the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. It's like, there's so much going on, and it's like, okay, that is literally the Boba Fett I've always wanted to see. But then you go to his own show, and like, it goes through this character development, but that clearly they didn't even consider while they were writing him into Mando season 2. So it's so fucking weird and so out of nowhere. It doesn't even feel like the same guy from Mando season 2.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Boba return and stuff. I'd prefer if he was written by people who actually like respect him as a character. Like, obviously, don't like just ignore everything that happened in Book of Boba. Like, do something to like just bring him, like, get his edge back, because that was what was sorely missing for me, was the edge of Boba Fett. Like, bro literally had no edge to him. Bro was like losing a fight like twice an episode.
Didn't he lose a fight butt naked?
Yeah, well, not butt naked, but he lost a fight to fucking Black Chrysanthemum, like butt naked. It was crazy.
You hate to see it, man.
The amount of disrespect that they did to my boy.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
No, you can go.
I was super excited when they first announced Book of Boba Fett, and like once I watched it with my dad, I was just extremely disappointed because half of that fucking show was just Mando
Oh, yeah,
season
bro,
3.
that
Yeah,
was
pretty.
Mando.
That's like the general consensus of the show.
Bro, that was Mando season 2.5.
Because Boba's my favorite Star Wars character, and I wanted to see more of him, considering he only got literally like 2 fucking movies of screen time. Not even, barely, like maybe 30 minutes. And just the fact that they just completely like neglected him in a way just makes me mad.
Yeah.
Make me a little bit mad.
Nah, because my issue with Boba in the like, okay, it's not even the like that he talks too much thing. I just don't like that. For some reason, I don't even want to say it's Tamura's fault. It's probably just like the direction or something. There are just some scenes with this guy where he just kind of feels awkward whenever he starts going on about something,
Mm-hmm. Like, you can definitely see it, because again, like I said, Tamara Morrison, like he understands that Boba doesn't really talk that much. Like, he's a very, like, it varies from who's writing him. Like, for example, in the extended material, but still, like, the common consensus is that Boba isn't really a fucking person who goes deep into conversation. Like, he's very much like one sentence type of person. And so them just like having him like talk in like paragraphs, I feel like Tamara, because he has that fucking image in his head of like Boba Fett just being silent all the time, I feel like him talking that much, and like you can definitely see it in his performance where like he just, and like I said, he feels kind of awkward talking because again, like to him, it's like, oh, Boba should not be talking this much, so I don't even know what the fuck to like do with the inflections and shit.
Dude, I've said this before to people. There's nothing wrong with your main character not talking a lot. Like, obviously, have them talk, but it's like they don't have to be a chatterbox, and that's what they made Boba. Like, they make him talk a lot, and it's kind of like, dude, this guy's a bounty hunter, bro. Like, can he just like he could literally just do the John Wick thing, where John Wick obviously does speak, but he doesn't talk like too much in the movie. Like, most of his screen time is him just being really cool and stuff. And they could have done that with Boba, but you know, they were just like, no, we gotta make him deep in complexion, and it's like, okay, bro.
But then you have the fact that he keeps taking his fucking helmet off, which, bro.
I don't even know if I want to say it's because it's Tamora that they're doing that, or if they're just doing that because they're just like, oh, we gotta have him show emotion, even though he can do that with his voice.
Also, dude, I keep fucking saying this, dude. My main two fucking courses of why, like, you don't need to show a character's face. Like, listen, I will admit, you relate to a person much easier if, like, you see their eyes and, like, you see their facial expressions. Like, it's hard for a lot of actors to act without their face.
Why is it at the top of the screen?
Like, that's, like, their main acting tool is their fucking face. So I understand that. But it's truly something when you have an actor who literally can just act with body language. And dude, my two cases of this are fucking Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan and my man fucking Pedro Pascal as fucking Din. These two motherfuckers, like, granted, Bo takes her helmet off quite a lot, but she gets a pass because she did that in the Clone Wars anyway, so that's okay. But there's no, like, pre-existing knowledge that she barely took it off like Boba.
Yeah.
But still, when Katie Sackhoff has her helmet on, and same with fucking Din, dude, the amount of emotion they portray through just body language and the tone of their voice is fucking incredible. There's this one amazing scene from season 1. It's in the episode where Din gets his full Beskar armor for the first time, and he fucking gives Grogu, or at this time just Baby Yoda, or the child, he gives them to the Imperials. And there's this amazing scene where, and again, keep in mind, you can't see his face, he's not even fucking talking. He goes into his ship, and like there's this little like ball that the child would play with, and he starts remembering him. And, like, he starts, like, reminiscing, thinking of, like, shit, I just gave this kid to these fucking Imperials. And there's just this moment where, like, he just contemplates what he's gonna do, and just looks at that little fucking ball, just looking at it. And through his body language, you just see how he deeply fucking regrets giving him up. Right. And what does he do? He fucking goes back after Grogu. That fucking scene was so well acted, and there are no words fucking shown, just pure body language. Like, bro. So, and honestly, same thing with Tamara Morrison, dude. Again, like, any fucking scene in season 2 of fucking Mando season 2, okay? Dude, the scenes where he only has his helmet on, he shows so much fucking emotion through his body language. It's fucking cool. And honestly, same thing in Book of Boba. When he actually has his helmet on permanently, he shows a lot of fucking emotion through his body language, because Tamara Morrison is a fucking good actor. But then what do? They make him take off his helmet constantly. I wouldn't have a problem with this if he wasn't just fucking openly going around the streets of fucking Tatooine, just fucking showing everyone, oh yeah, here's my fucking face. Like, bro, you're the fucking daimyo of, like, this whole fucking district. People are gonna try and fucking kill you, which they do. And bro just doesn't have his helmet on.
Nah, bro, you know what I just... Oh my gosh, bro. You know what I just remembered about Book of Boba, that, like, one of the things I hated the most? Okay, listen. I didn't fully watch all of Clone Wars, but, like, Clone Wars was my first introduction to Star Wars, actually. Like, it was like, because, you know, I think it was on Cartoon Network, and I watched Cartoon Network a lot, and that was like the first time that I'd seen anything Star Wars related next to the Lego games. So, I had pre-existing knowledge of it only because of those two animated things. Bro, I remember when I was scrolling through YouTube, I saw this video, and man, I kind of got excited and almost wanted to watch this show. And it was when they showed Cad Bane in Boba, and I was like, "Whoa, they got Cad Bane in here, cool!" Because I remember Cad Bane.
Mm.
And then they fucking wasted him, and I don't know if they like exactly confirmed he was dead, but man, oh well.
I will say this about Cad Bane in that show: what screen time he had, bro, was fucking awesome. In those last couple episodes, bro was like so fucking cool. It's just a shame that it went and fucking. Well, here's the thing: I genuinely do not think he's dead. Only because they literally. There's like this rule in Star Wars where unless they're fucking like absolutely just. Like, honestly, I feel like if they're decapitated, that's the way you know they're dead in Star Wars. Because, I mean, people have come back from being cut in half, fucking eviscerated by the goddamn second Death Star. Like, just, people have come back from so much fucking shit. So,
the only character who hasn't come back from anything like that is probably Mace Windu, because nigga got blown out of the window and went flying across the the city. But I wouldn't even be surprised if they make a show about Mace Windu, even though we do not need that.
So it's like I genuinely don't think Cad Bane is dead. Here's the paradox though with that. I would like him to come back. Thing is though, at the same time I don't. Only because I hate the fucking fake out deaths so much in Star Wars. The only motherfuckers I accept, like, coming back from the dead in canon are fucking Maul and Boba. Those are the only ones I give a pass. Anyone else coming back from the dead, I fucking despise. Because it's so it just takes away all fucking seriousness of, like, death. Like, it just... I don't fucking like it. Could you imagine all the impact lost if they brought Padme back?
Yeah.
No, not even Padme. Like, even Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, or Vader.
Oh god,
I'm honestly surprised the sequel trilogy didn't try to bring back Vader, like, because they brought back Palpatine, which was also dumb. But I'm surprised they weren't just like, dang, we need a big bad, let's do Vader.
I also like how people defend fucking Palpatine coming back with, oh, he also came back in the extended material. Yeah, the thing is though, that still wasn't a good idea.
Y'all remember the really terrible way that they explained how he came back? They didn't even explain it. They were just like, somehow Palpatine has returned. What?
Just say. And then later, like a year or two later, they had to like go into detail, like say, "Oh yeah, he's a clone."
Why did y'all wait a year later to confirm it when y'all could have confirmed it in the film?
Yeah,
it's
bro.
very clear that.
And I swear to God, bro, the sequel trilogy will like make some of the coolest designs in Star Wars, and then just do absolutely nothing with them, like Captain Phasma and the Knights of Ren.
I was thinking about that the other day, too, and I was thinking about how the designs in the sequel trilogy are pretty cool. Like, even though I really don't like Rey, I will say this: the design is actually pretty cool. I like her design. And the same goes for Kylo, but I just don't like those characters.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
God.
I remember when they hyped up the Knights of Ren. I think they had like posters for him too, didn't they?
And then the only significant scenes that these niggas had was whenever Kylo turned good and then killed them all.
Nah, I think the biggest letdown in the trilogy was Snoke's death. Oh my god. I wish I would have seen my face when I was watching Last Jedi. and that nigga like jolted because the lightsaber went through his body, and I was like, ain't no way that's real. And then like he split in half. I was like, no way.
I'll admit, bro, like whenever they're killing all the guards and shit, like that was a cool, like well choreographed fight scene, but just killing off Snoke was so stupid, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would like that fight scene and its choreography if it weren't for this one part that really bugged me, where Kylo stabbed one of them in the chest clean, but then the other one blocked the lightsaber with the arm guard, and I was like, wait a minute, how'd that even work? But I will admit, like, the set piece is pretty cool, and like the fucking guards' designs were pretty neat because you know how Star Wars is. Star Wars, like, I've never seen a Star Wars design that I actually hated.
God, I swear this motherfucker Rian Johnson just like. There's so many things I absolutely despise about that fucking movie. Like, there's things I genuinely like, but there's things I just despise. Like, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if anyone has really, like, picked up on this, but you ever notice how, like, Bro straight up kind of changed the design of Snoke?
Yeah.
Because I remember in fucking, what's it called?
Force Awakens.
Yeah, Force Awakens. Like, Bro looked mysterious. He had, like, the black cloak. People were, like, theorizing that it's Darth Plagueis, even though, no, the fuck it's not, because it's a completely different species from Darth Plagueis. I never liked that theory, because you're really gonna just rewrite the species of Darth Plagueis. Are you insane? But whatever. I never liked that theory. You know, he looked cool. You know, he looked very menacing. I especially remember people were like, "Oh, is he actually that big, or is that just a hologram?" It was cool, but then they like gave him some blue fucking eyes. My man put some brown contacts in, and like his head was more bulbous than what I remember. And oh my god, don't get me started on this motherfucker's goddamn.
You know what I think is
Oh my God.
the biggest sin about Snoke? The fact that he was played by Andy Serkis. That was a role wasted.
And they wasted.
Bro, honestly, bro, they should have just brought him back in Rise of Skywalker, just the one that they killed with the clone or something.
Yeah, they could have done that actually, but no, they were just like they were just like, dang, killed off the big guy, so what now? I know, let's bring back some dude from the past, and I feel like they only did that just because they were like, they realized, oh wait, guys, we gotta explain where Rey came from and what her past is and how she has a connection to the Force and stuff, and it was quite possibly one of the stupidest things ever. Like, I see people try to actually defend Rey's backstory and stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, for me, it's not so much as, oh, she's like, she's got the Force, but it's just, first of all, they could have built up the Force for her way differently. Because you're telling me she resisted, like, Kylo Ren's, like, Jedi mind trick, even though she had never really, ever done that before. But she somehow resisted this guy. This guy was trained by Luke, who, is, like, the only Jedi at the time. And you have the scene where she uses a lightsaber perfectly. Don't know how that works. And people always say, well, she has combat training. Bruh. And then, Force lightning. I remember when somebody told me about the Force lightning thing, and I was like, why? I was like, wait, how'd she get that? And they were just like, oh no, man, she just has it.
Mm-hmm.
They're so foul for this trilogy.
Yeah, and it didn't make any sense how she was just like able to just do Force lightning. Like, I know she's related to Palpatine and stuff, but I'm pretty sure Force lightning is like a technique that you actually need to learn.
Me and Red talked about that, Tatum, where we were like, we've been talking about this for like a while, honestly, about how like Palpatine had to, like, this dude had to get on his grind for he had to get on his grind to learn how to do Force lightning, but she just kind of like busted it out.
also there's another layer to the stupidity, because like Tatum said, the only thing we can think of is, oh, she can do Force Lightning because she's related to Palpatine. Thing is, though, that still doesn't track, because Force Lightning isn't fucking hereditary. It's something modern, and also, you want to know something else? It's exclusive to fucking dark side users. It's a Sith technique. Now, here's the thing. There is sort of Force Lightning-esque type thing that also light side users can do, but it is not even close to the level of actual Force Lightning from the dark side. And here's the thing. Rey was still using the goddamn light side at the time. So her having been related to Palpatine has nothing to do with it, because again, it's fucking Force Lightning isn't hereditary. And then there's also the fact that like she wasn't even using the dark side of the Force. Just like, how the fuck did she pop out Force Lightning?
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Oh, don't even get me started. Remember how Palpatine died at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Yeah, literally gets the same move that he fucking experienced like 40 or so years earlier. Literally, same move is pulled on him, except this time the dumbass doesn't turn off his Force Lightning, and the Force Lightning just deflects back and kills him.
You know, it's just... he technically won in the end, because he said, if you kill me, my ghost will possess you.
Mm-hmm.
So technically she lost. Unless he was bluffing or lying, but... I don't know. I doubt he was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, bro, they're so goofy for bringing this dude back in the first place. But like I said, they probably did that because they realized, oh wait, we can't make any other big bad a big bad, so they had to pull that stunt.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, it ruins the whole arc of Anakin actually bringing balance to the Force. Listen, I don't give a shit how much people explain it away with like, oh well, Anakin still brought balance to the Force. It's just Rey's doing it again.
The whole point was that
What?
Anakin was the chosen one to do that.
Uh-huh. Like, oh my
Right.
god.
Guess what we
I
got?
don't
Guess
know.
what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We got bullshit.
Mm-hmm. There's just like no fucking love put into it, and it pisses me off.
Not even just no love,
Jeez.
just there's no passion for it.
Uh-huh. And I said this before in the last podcast, but like there was just like there was no big goal. Just give Star Wars to this director. They give it to this director. There was like no planned out fucking shit. It wasn't like the MCU where that shit's usually planned out, except for Phase 4. But still, like it wasn't like the MCU where like it was just planned out. Or actually, even better example, it wasn't like this new DC universe that James Gunn has actually planned the fuck out. Bruh. It just like fucking winged it. I'm still fucking like heartbroken what happened with, and I'm not gonna go into specifics because Tayden hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
But I'm still heartbroken what happened with fucking Mando season 3 because I still like Mando season 3, and there's a lot of things I like about it, but it was such a downgrade from like the first 2 seasons, and I still think the peak season is the first season. That is definitely the best season. Because like they weren't trying to like do anything, they weren't trying to like prove anything. They were just like, oh, let's make a good, interesting story, and they did that. And then season 2, they were like, oh shit, this is famous. Let's add some cameos, and then that fucking happened. And then it kind of fucked up the story by having the last half of Book of Boba just be fucking season 3.5. Or season 2.5, honestly. And then fucking season 3 is just like again, Bo-Katan did take over his show. I will admit.
Yeah, she.
I have bias because I like Bo-Katan, but I think, like, my God, she still took over.
I think show. Like that's some guy put it best. It's not so much as Bo-Katan being shown off is the problem. That's not the issue. The issue itself is just this is Din's show, and she kind of like hijacked it, kind of, and like. Because you know she's like a lot of people say, oh, she's a Mary Sue or something, even though like she's a previously established character within the universe. It's just that this character just so happened to be the one that they wanted to override Boba's not Boba. Why did I say Boba? Override Din's show.
Yeah, and I guess it's just payback for Din invading Boba's show.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like it's a continuous cycle.
It's not. It's not Bo-Katan's fault. It's just the writers in studio because they clearly made that choice to put her as the spotlight, even though you can put her in the spotlight without taking the show away from Din.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is why I really hope season 4, if it happens, because I think it's gonna happen. I don't know if they officially said it, but like they have shown interest.
Yeah, aren't they planning to do like a Mandoverse movie?
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, like I heard something about that.
I know that Dave Filoni kind of was vague. I think he said it's not going to be in the Mandoverse, or like in the Mando era at least. Yeah. But we'll have to see. But all I know is that season 4 of Mando is going to kind of be what this one canceled show was going to be, which was going to like have Cara Dune, which is the character that
Gina Carano.
Fuck was her name? Yeah, Gina Carano was going to play, and obviously she got fucking canceled for reasons I won't get into. I don't agree with why she was canceled, but whatever. She was canceled, and they fucking they didn't retcon, but like just removed Cara Dune from the fucking show entirely. So apparently they're gonna like make the plot of that show, well, not the plot, but like make the basic concept of that show season 4 of Mando. And honestly, I wouldn't have a problem with that because Mando season 3, the end of it is setting up, and this isn't a spoiler by the way, but it was setting up Mando kind of going off on his own and just going back to his roots of like a bounty hunter, except this time instead of it being for himself, it's in the service of like the New Republic and shit. So with that in mind, I feel like Mando season 4 could be great because again, I feel like that would bring them back to the basics. It would be very episodic. Obviously, it would still have like a overarching plot. But it would still be like, because I don't know about you guys, but I really liked the episodic nature of the show.
Yeah, I missed that a lot.
Yeah, I liked going from location to location, there being like a new adventure.
Yeah, I will, like, obviously, like, there were people complaining that it was getting old and stuff like that, but...
I feel that if you start a show out like that, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with starting the show out like every episode is self-contained. But when you start taking things to like a higher scale, you need to like plan out these things and execute them properly. And sometimes these ideas don't feel, and I can't say a lot for Mando because I didn't watch it, but I know enough about it, so because of you guys and other sources of information. But it's like sometimes, from what I understand of this show, it feels like they never properly execute ideas. And whenever they do, it's like, okay, good brownie points. Anyways, let's go to the next scene and just mess things up.
It's like, it's just so weird. So I'm really hoping that I'm gonna say Book of Boba, but I really do hope that Mando season 4 does bring it back to the basics and just has it be more self-contained in its own world rather than like this big overarching like thing. Here's the thing. All, like, the big scale shit was cool. It was genuinely cool. But I feel like the reason Season 1 peaked so much is because it wasn't some big overarching story. It was just as simple as a bounty hunter getting attached to, like, his fucking target, fucking learning to care for said thing, which in this case is Grogu, and, like, just basically trying to, like, get this thing back to, like its parents or whatever. That was a nice little thing. It was self-contained. It didn't have to do with, like, some big overarching plot of, like, I don't know, fucking Darth shitty poopy fucking coming after them. But yeah, like, I like that. And then you have Season 2, which kind of got bigger in scale, but once again, it was still pretty self-contained, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, it had to do with, like, the Empire coming back, but it's like, it was still relatively self-contained. And then you have Season 3, which just fucking amps it up like a fuckload.
Honestly, man, if I was in charge of this show, I would make 2 big tweaks. One, my boy Din doesn't take the helmet off until the final episode of Season 2. Because the scene where he takes it off for Grogu, you know, it was supposed to be like an emotional scene and stuff. But the emotion is kind of taken away whenever you've already seen his face. And he's already taken it off. You know, you can still have him take it off throughout the, you know, show and stuff. Like they did in Season 1 to, like, heal him and stuff like that. But all I'm saying, you didn't have to show his face. I think it would have been a way more impactful scene if that was our first time seeing his face. And saying goodbye to Grogu. And my other change would be the show would end at Season 2.
Right.
Honestly, man.
Yeah.
People complaining that Grogu dies whenever Kylo slays all the younglings and stuff. They could easily just, you know, explain that he got away. Like they could have just explained that in Boba Fett or something. I don't know. But like people die all the time in Star Wars. I hope you'll know, especially beloved characters. Like the problem with Star Wars fans is they can't handle death. Like they can't.
Oh yeah.
They literally can't. Like whenever Echo died, pretty good death. Brought him back. And you know, it happens with so many characters.
It does. Again, like that's why I genuinely feel like it should have just stopped. It like honestly, in some cases, even Boba should have fucking stayed dead. But like there's like a lot of possibility of like Boba getting out of the Sarlacc. But even I will admit, in some cases, Boba should have even like probably stayed dead. But like the one thing, again, like I'll always vouch for because it just improved upon the story is Maul coming back. That was like the big one for me where I was like, I can't imagine the universe without him coming back.
Yeah, that one I will defend because him coming back actually made sense because after he came back, he became a better character. Most of the people they bring back, they don't really do much to you know, change them after they've come back. I'll give them this. Echo was a good one. You know, even though he had like a good emotional death in Clone Wars. It was a good one because then he had a new purpose after he got brought back. You know, he joined the Bad Batch. But it feels like some of these characters that they bring back, they just don't know what to do with them, and they purely did it just because the fans wanted to see it.
Here's my thing with Boba coming back. I feel like Boba coming back, the idea itself is a good idea because you can do more with him. It's just that when they brought him back, they clearly didn't really think after that. Like they're just like, okay, well, here's how we get Boba out the pit. Now what? I don't know.
Oh, I'm eating.
You know, and honestly, you could say the same thing with Palpatine. They brought him back out of nowhere off screen. And I don't even think I can say that fans wanted to see that.
No,
I really can't. So they just did it because they wanted to do that. And they didn't even know what they wanted to do with him because he doesn't do anything in the movie.
If you want Palpatine to come back, well, you're dumb. Because
they literally took all the things that made Palpatine cool and menacing and just kind of just didn't use those elements.
Palpatine coming back? I still can't get over the fact that, like, oh, he's a clone. But, like, bro, look at the way that the nigga dies. Yeah. Nigga literally disintegrated.
So bad.
And, bro, my question is, are Rey's parents, also just, are they just clones of him, or are they just people he created in a pod, or did he actually get it on with someone? They never...
Turns out that Rey's dad was apparently a clone of Palpatine, but yet he doesn't look like Palpatine, so it was one of those weird clones that doesn't look like the original donor, even though it's like, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah,
okay, whatever.
And also, why would he want that anyways? What was the point? I get it, he wants a body if he ever dies, but how did he get away? Yeah.
Also, you gotta love the whole thing with Rey and how, I swear, J.J. Abrams, I'm telling you, his original idea was literally, Luke was gonna be the dad of fucking Rey.
Yeah.
Because this man, even after what the fuck fuckface in the last movie did, even after that, he was like, nah, she's gonna be a Skywalker, guys, I'm telling you. So he just, makes up some bullshit where, because she was trained by Skywalker, she now sees herself as a Skywalker.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense, bro. It really makes no sense. I can see her, maybe she sees him as a father figure, but he's not her father. And honestly, if I'm being honest, bro, the first movie made it seem like she was Rey Solo.
You're right.
Because she had the whole dynamic with Han, and she was getting all close with Han and stuff, and, that's what they were trying to make it feel like. So I was like, damn, maybe Leia will reveal to her later that,
I know Last Jedi
they're related.
Before Carrie Fisher's passing, but dude, I remember that one scene where Leia literally, not directly got hit, but, the section she was in blew up, and she was in space a little too long to still be alive, and then she just, whisked herself back inside. I remember seeing that in the theater, and I was just like, really, nigga?
God.
Oh my god.
That was so bad. That was such a bad scene, bro. I'm sorry, bro, but just... There's so many things that they set up in Force Awakens that never come back to amount to anything. They set up... Let me name all the things they set up. They set up a romance between Finn and Rey. Didn't go anywhere because Daisy Ridley was like, I don't want to kiss that nigga. 2. What else did they set up? They set up Snoke. Ended up amounting to nothing because he just dies in the second movie.
They set up the Knights of Ren.
Ended up amounting to nothing because they aren't even in the second movie, and they were in the third one for about 2 seconds.
What
else? What else can I think of? Honestly, I'm gonna go with my theory and say that she was gonna be a Solo.
Man,
I feel like that's what they were setting up.
Force Awakens and Last Jedi they just don't even feel like the same. They don't even feel like they're part of the same trilogy, you can tell that there was some differences in creative ideas.
Honestly, the movies don't even feel like a trilogy because they just make it feel like they're trying to forget that the last one happened. Especially with Rise of Skywalker, Rose literally kisses Finn at the end of that movie, and then they do nothing with it. Just because people were bullying the actor for Rose, and were like, oh, we don't want to see any more of her. So then she's barely in Rise of Skywalker. That was horrible, bro. I can't believe they let that happen.
the Star Wars fandom, not the majority, but like that fucking really loud minority of fucking idiots who just bully the actors. What is wrong?
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, bro. She literally had to delete all her socials and stuff, bro.
Yeah, fucking. Oh my god, Ahmed Best. Yeah, fucking Jake Lloyd. Hayden Christensen. Fuck was the name of Rose Tico's fucking actress.
God damn, I wish I could remember her name.
Yeah, but like, the point is like her. Fucking, there's so many that like they just attacked for no reason. It's like, what is
Her
wrong?
name's Kelly Marie Tran.
It's a fucking movie.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, like. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I understand hating a character and hating them like a lot. Don't put that on the actor. The actor's just doing their job. Like, they are quite literally just doing their job because that's what they were hired to do for the film. And the fact that people hate the character so much that they go like, you know what, let me go beyond the character and go on to the actor. Like, I can understand that the actor's like a terrible person. Like, if somebody gave Ezra Miller a death threat, it's like, yeah, I get that, because Ezra Miller's a little criminal. But then you go to, like, Hayden Christensen, who's portraying Anakin like Anakin has a severe disorder because of the fact that Anakin, as a kid, has learned no social cues. And people want to be like, oh, I hate Hayden Christensen. I hate him so much. Come on, dude. And, like, don't get me wrong, kid Anakin is pretty annoying, but I don't think people should have taken it to the lengths they did to where they're like, let's bully him.
Right.
And that part of the Star Wars fan base, I don't like that part. That part is like genuinely awful.
Yeah. God, man, and they really they set up Finn being a bigger character in the future.
Dude,
they set up him training to be.
Dude, I honestly feel
Jedi
like Finn deserved to be a Jedi instead of Rey. Like, I feel like Finn deserved that, and I'm not even saying that because of like
bro,
me
but then
hating Rey later on in the films. I'm saying that because I feel like imagine this, right? You get Finn, who's like this complete nobody. Like, he's just another stormtrooper with another stormtrooper name, you know? Then then he helps Poe. Then, you know, he's like, "Yo, dude, let me continue on," because, you know, Poe presumably dies, and then Finn's just like, you know, let me keep on rolling. It's like you go from like this absolute nobody with a no name to him being like a Jedi. That could have worked. But instead they sidelined him.
Yeah, bro. And then they just bro, and like then they try to pull this whole thing where he was force sensitive. I hated that, bro. Like, what is keeping you from making bro into a Jedi? And also, like, I like the whole arc of him in Rise of Skywalker. Like, I'll say this about the movie: I like the idea of other stormtroopers rebelling because of him, and him, like, kind of being like a leader to them, or being like, you know, them seeing him as a hero.
Okay, but imagine how much
then
harder
they
that
just do
scene would
nothing
hit
with
if he
it, bro.
actually became a Jedi.
Yeah.
Jesus. So bad. And then another problem with the sequels is, dude, I don't know about you guys, but apart from maybe Kylo, only because fucking Adam Driver is a fucking spectacular actor, I genuinely was not intimidated by a single one of the fucking First Order.
Me neither.
Like,
yeah,
there's a
there's
bunch of screaming fucking idiots.
that perfectly describes like how Kylo Ren compares to Vader, which is, so you look at how calm and composed Vader is. Like, yeah, he harbors a lot of anger and hatred, but he is extremely calm and tries his hardest to be patient with people. And when you disrupt that patience, well, guess what? You die. There is no, oh, you're getting kicked off, or oh, you're getting exiled. No, dude, you die. But the thing is, Vader only kills people for one of two reasons. Either A, you genuinely made him that angry, or B, you're pretty much useless. And, well, in the eyes of Vader, you don't need useless people around. Just get rid of them. Because at that point, they're just loose ends, basically.
Yeah.
Kylo, on the other hand, he just like threatens and gets mad at people over like you look at the scene when I forgot what happened, but you know the first scene when he like rages, like they tell him something, and this dude just starts like slicing up like the dashboard, and it's like that doesn't really look intimidating, and I know why they're trying to do that because they're trying to paint him as like this unstable psychopath, but you could have done that in a better way where like Kylo's anger tantrums feel more warranted. Like I don't know, like let's say he doesn't have like an anger tantrum yet, right? And then let's say they mention, yo, dude, that girl and Finn, they're being helped by Han Solo, and he has like a temper tantrum because he hates Han Solo because he hates his father. Or like, let's say after he kills Han, then like he's really angry because he feels bad, and then he starts having a temper tantrum because he just had to kill his dad. Something like that. But instead, the nigga really walks into the room where Rey's not there. He's like, no, guards! And he starts like slicing up the fucking chair, and even the stormtroopers are like, bro, what the?
Mm-hmm. Swear, it's just what the fuck.
Oh,
like here's the thing: that whole thing could have worked. Like I think that Kylo's were like him just having no fucking patience and just having a really bad temper could have worked if that was like one of his character flaws. But the issue is that like fucking everyone just screams. Fucking like General Hux is always screaming.
Yeah. And then he's like, and then he proved to like this not be
remember
loyal.
how they brought Hux back to do absolutely nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. And I swear, bro, Kylo literally could have had a character arc like as good as like Zuko from Avatar.
Nah, he could have had that scene if they kept him alive. Like, imagine this, right? Imagine he stays a little evil guy throughout the trilogy, but then like at the end of the third one, he turns to be like on the good side, and then like not like completely good, but like he does the right thing. And then he leaves, and then we get a Kylo Ren TV show where the entire show is just focused on him becoming a better person. That sounds like a much more interesting idea for the character of Kylo, but what we got is yikes. And I say this all the time, but this dude Kylo is literally carried by the acting of Adam Driver.
No, don't even get me started on freaking him kissing Rey at the end of Rise of Skywalker. That was horrible.
Awkward.
I'm sorry, bro. I do not like Reylo. Horrible shit. Just it's so bad, bro. Like, and it doesn't even. It's not like it was gonna go anywhere either, because he just dies after that.
I'm still of the opinion. I feel like the role should have been reversed. I genuinely feel like Kylo should have survived and she should have died.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I feel like the impact would be stronger then. It's like, oh shit, she died for everyone. I feel like that would be like just the tiniest, more like respectful of just like, oh shit, okay, she's kind of cool, I guess. Like, at least she died for everyone.
No, I'm sorry, bro. Rey and Finn's like friendship in the third one is it's horrible, man. Like I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like she sees Finn as like
that's probably the case because they keep the way that the writers and stuff keep treating Finn is almost like he's an afterthought, even though he literally started off the trilogy. Like, and I think he should have stayed the main character, not Rey. Like, here's the thing: it's not so much as Rey being a character is the problem. It's just what they did with her, because I don't mind the idea of like I don't mind the idea of her being a Jedi, but I'm pretty sure they could have done that in a way better way than what they did. Where Finn, who he's literally had the lightsaber way longer than her in the film, but he loses to Kylo. But then she picks it up for the first time in the entire movie and beats Kylo, who was trained by Luke. And I hate when people say, oh, well, Kylo was wounded. Dog. It doesn't matter. He was still trained by Luke fucking Skywalker. and he somehow took L from her, an inexperienced chump. They're so goofy for that, man. And it made me even angrier when. Sorry to interrupt, but I need to just finish this really quick. But it made me even angrier in that one scene in Last Jedi when like Luke is like, "I've seen this power before." It scared me then, and it does now, and it's like. I don't like the way that they make Rey look in these movies, where they make her look stronger than she should be, even though she just became a Jedi not too long ago. And it's not like she received like training from Yoda, because Luke, when he was being trained by Yoda, that took a bit, not like a whole long time, but it took a bit. That's how he had to get better so he could beat Vader. But like Rey, it's like she like barely learned anything really, and now she's already like far stronger than Luke Skywalker apparently. They're so Jesus, man. And people got the nerve to say, "Oh, she's not a Mary Sue, Anakin's a Gary Stu," and it's like Anakin trained for years. Like, you look at him from the beginning of the trilogy, and then you look at him at the end, and this dude's matching up with Obi-Wan because, you know, he was trained by Obi-Wan. But then you look at Rey, and it's like, she was barely even trained by Luke, and was barely trained by anyone else, but somehow she's, like, masterclass Jedi. You gotta be kidding me, man.
Stupid. And then another fucking detail, like them just not giving a shit about this stuff, is, okay, it's such a small thing, but, like, again, I swear, it's like, okay, so take Kylo Ren's scar after fucking, Force Awakens. For whatever reason, they moved his scar in fucking Last Jedi. That is such a weird fucking choice.
Yeah, it was.
And it's
weird.
a weird. Yeah, and like people will be like, "Oh, why would you focus on that? That's such a small thing." Yeah, but you also have to focus on. If it's such a small thing, why did they they move his scar?
If it's such a small detail,
I swear,
why did they
like,
put so much
they
emphasis on it when he got cut there in the first place? Like, when he got sliced there in the first place, they put heavy emphasis on it. Because they're like, yeah, this is a pretty big thing for him, and now he's angry. And then in Last Jedi, they make it even more, you know, like, they focus on it even more. But they switch it up, and it's like, y'all, like, oh my god, bro. Continue?
And then you also have fucking... Dude, it especially fucking pissed me off when this fuck-ass goddamn fucking... What was his name? Rian Johnson. I swear, I genuinely have a fucking vendetta against people that just... They have to fucking just, like, put their own thoughts and ideals into their fucking story, even though it's, like, it's no one fucking asked. Like, for example... Rian Johnson isn't a big fan of fucking masks and helmets because he thinks they're kind of fucking goofy. So what does he do? He literally has Snoke be like, "Oh, take that ridiculous fucking mask off, Kylo. You look stupid with it." And what does Kylo do? He destroys his mask because Rian Johnson can't take Kylo Ren seriously with his helmet. Because God forbid a character looks fucking cool.
Yeah. Like, I mean, welcome to Star Wars, bro. Like, literally...
If bro, that nigga said that, bro, that dude needs to get out. Cause
probably.
Okay. Look, I'll say this. Now, Kylo with the mask, I prefer when he has the hood down. Like, when he has the hood down, he's got the mask on. That looks pretty neat. But don't see that a lot now, do we? Jesus Christ! Imagine if this guy was like the main, like, overseer of Star Wars.
Uh-huh. Shit would be so bad. And, like, I don't like the fucking thing of, like...
Every time movies say stuff like that, I get worried.
That's not always
because whenever they say we want to subvert the fans' expectations, they don't do things like twists correctly. Like, I think Nostalgia Critic said this, and I agree with him. So, you have a plot twist where everybody turns into snowmen. yeah, you're shocked, but that doesn't mean that it's a good twist. Just because you got shocked doesn't mean that, oh, it's all of a sudden a good twist. A good twist is one that makes sense and makes you retroactively look back on the story and think, whoa, that's pretty crazy. And then you look at some hidden details and you're like, oh man, they've been building this up since the jump. Like, for example, I'm not going to get into super deep spoilers, but for example, Volume 1 of Guardians of the Galaxy, I realized this last night. Volume 1 has been hinting at Rocket's past, and Volume 3, we finally get into it. Because in Volume 1, he's like, I didn't ask to be made, torn apart, put back together over and over again, or something like that. So Gunn has been building up to that since the first film, which was almost 10 years ago. Nearly 10 years of, story writing and development, and we finally got that payoff, and, well, just tell you, Red, that payoff was well worth the nearly 10-year-long wait for that. That's what you call development and planning. But apparently these people in the stew don't even know what that is. You tell them, hey man, maybe you should plan out the idea. They're like, plan? What plan? Let's subvert the expectations of the audience. Nigga, nobody wants to be subverted. We just want to watch the movie and have fun. But you can't even do that with this trilogy.
Swear, it's just yeah. I've said everything I need to fucking say.
Yeah, me too, man.
just-
Fuck. State of Star Wars isn't very bright right now.
Speaking of the state of Star Wars, I gotta bring up one thing when it comes to the fandom. Now, here's the thing. It's, if you're watching this and if you're one of these people, okay, that's cool. I'm not gonna get on you. But me personally, I kind of get a little frustrated when I hear people just say, oh, I am no longer a Star Wars fan because of Disney Star Wars. Because here's the thing, it's one thing if you specify and you're like, oh, I'm not a fan of Disney Star Wars. I never got just hating the entire fucking franchise because of the newest fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
just being like, oh yeah, so this means I
it's
no
that
longer
thing that
deep
me and my
cut
friend
stuff that was
talked about
good.
this when we were talking about the ending of Bleach being kind of whack and the ending of AOT not being satisfactory. Just because the ending sucked doesn't mean that everything prior is automatically bad. Like, yeah, the ending is what ties everything together, but it's like you can still find enjoyment in anything that happened prior. And like, that's the same thing with Star Wars. You don't have to watch the sequel trilogy. You can just ignore it. Like, yeah, it's canon, which is a shame, but you just have to swallow the hard truth that the sequel trilogy is canon, and there's nothing we can do to change it. And no matter how many protests or videos or demands or requests that we make to the company, it doesn't matter. Disney's not going to listen. They're going to keep this canon because that's how they want it, and we have to accept the hard truth. But that doesn't mean that you have to sit here and complain about it, because you can just, obviously you can make your little tangents about it like we are, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with finding something unlikable, but you can't be like, oh, I'm not a Star Wars fan thanks to the sequels. You can still be a Star Wars fan, just don't watch the sequel trilogy. Because that'd be like saying, oh yeah, because I don't like the recent phases of Marvel, I don't like Marvel as a whole, even though you can still watch phases 1, 2, and 3 with plenty of enjoyment without having to think about phase 4 and 5. You don't have to watch phase 4 and 5 to you don't have to watch them, you can literally just watch phase 1, 2, and 3 and just keep it there. Don't complain about it.
Jeez. Alright, you know what? How about this? Let's get a little bit more positive in these last 10 minutes before we end off. So, I would like to ask you two, since Kenna left like an hour or so ago, I would like to ask. Now, you don't have to like go in depth, and like if you're not sure, it's completely fine. Mostly looking at you, Kaon, but or Esper. Fuck. That's the thing I call them, guys. But anyway, okay. In your opinion, of that you've seen, what would you say is the most enjoyable aspect?
Most enjoyable aspects, like
for you personally. You don't have to go into depth,
like,
but yeah,
just anything.
just in general.
The world building.
Literally, and it can be as simple as like, oh, I like the design of this character. The world building, right? I do agree with that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, honestly, man, I do gotta say the world building and the aesthetics, man. Like, I like that it's I like that it's futuristic and it's ancient at the same time.
Yeah, like you have like
certain characters, they look like cyborgs or robots, or they look like they're from the future. And then you have other characters who look like, you have characters who look like, they're from like fantasy stories and stuff like that. I think it's sick.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, I absolutely fucking agree, and that especially comes through in like games like fucking Jedi Fallen Order and like Survivor, dude. Especially in Survivor. Okay, so this is a quick plug for this one YouTuber who's much bigger than me, but fuck it. Her name's the Mirandalorian, and she's playing Jedi Survivor right now, and she's the only one I'm watching the playthrough of right now because I'm trying to like keep it to only one person I'm watching. Right now, I'm watching her playthrough, and dude, there is so much more world building compared to the first game. Like the first game, it was still really well done. Like in Survivor, it's like so expansive. Like the levels are more expansive. Like you can like go up to like just random NPCs and talk to them and like again like build more of the world. There's more shit you can do. It's like it's so fucking cool. There's even like the fucking like Skyrim type thing, like the Witcher thing, where like you can just go up to an NPC and like they'll give you like a mission or something possibly. It's really fucking cool. Yeah, the world building in Star Wars is so fucking nice. And anytime like they show us a new aspect of Star Wars, it's so fucking cool. Like a great thing that the Clone Wars did, in my opinion, is showing us the aspect of Star Wars, like Star Wars, haha, the way I said it, but showing us like the part of Star Wars where like the fucking Night Sisters / like witches of Dathomir. That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like showing us a different aspect of the Force, where like they're dark side users, like they used the Force in a very weird and mangled way. It was cool, and like how to other people it looks like dark magic, even though they are just using the Force, but like in their own unique way.
Yeah.
Like that shit's cool. Or another great example being Mandalorian culture, which I still consider Mandalorian culture to be one of the coolest fucking aspects of Star Wars. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it is really sick. I really wish. Well, actually, I haven't watched Mando season 3 yet, but
when it comes down
I do
to
still like
Star
want more,
Wars, it's like
lore on that.
Star Wars is almost
Mhm.
like Marvel or DC, where it's like I get really mad when they keep repeating ideas or they keep showing us stuff that we've already seen, like Kenobi and Boba, because it's like, I want to see more. Like I want to see like I'm pretty sure they can, like what they did with Din, they can literally just come up with like some random character and be like, hey, let's make a show about him or something like that, Because Star Wars, like I said, is almost like Marvel and DC, where there's like almost an unlimited amount of possibilities for what you can do with like these characters. And it's not like it's impossible for you to create a character, because Star Wars has so much like within its continuity that you can create a character, and all you need to do is just fit them in a certain part of the lore or create a new piece of lore that connects with the rest of it, and you can go off and people will like it because it's probably executed well. It doesn't have to be the same thing that we've seen a million times over. It can be something completely new. and all you can do is like the only like limitations you really have is just what time period of the Star Wars universe it takes place, and you know what characters will they meet, because Fallen Order, it has Vader, and it's like when you throw Vader in like a certain project, it's like, ooh, that's pretty big, because Vader's pretty much the most iconic Star Wars character next to like Yoda and Luke and Obi-Wan. Like when you see Vader and you hear his theme, you know that's Star Wars related. So putting him in a project is a pretty big thing, and Fallen Order makes it work within the timeline, and you don't feel like, oh hey, this is pretty forced, oh hey, this is really stupid. Like it fits naturally and it flows naturally.
And like it also just works as a like I still love how the Vader quote unquote boss battle isn't a boss battle. Like they trick you into thinking it's a boss battle. But the one dead giveaway in that moment where like it just like switches to gameplay from the cutscene where he just kills Trilla, which R.I.P. to the baddie. But fucking like dude, when it switches to the cutscene, the first dead giveaway, this is not even close to a boss fight, is when they don't even show a health bar. Darth Vader doesn't even fucking have a health bar, and when you fucking attack him, boom, initiate the fucking running section. Like, bruh, that is just... Whew, fucking love that scene. It, like, just showed... And, like, I replayed it, like, literally yesterday. That fucking thing, bro. God, I fucking love Vader in that game because like he just has so much fucking presence. It's astounding. God, it's so cool. But,
no.
Yeah. So, any more points you guys want to bring up before we end it?
Quit being goofy.
Star Wars fans, stop being fucking assholes. Yeah, stop being so silly. Just fucking watch the shit.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't,
quit being
turn it off.
Bad people, or else I'm gonna tell your mom.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah. So that was the second episode of the Piss Pistol. What? The Piss Crystal podcast. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we weren't as negative in this one in terms of like telling you guys to go fuck yourself, because I did a lot of that last episode. Sorry. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, you guys want to say goodbye?
Later, niggas.
How about you, Esper? Wait for it.
What?
For it.
This nigga is not gonna say
goodbye.
Bye. See ya, boys. Okay, let me end this shit. Stop.